I got a statement that I'm gonna make, and we'll go one by one. I'll let y'all let me know if y'all agree with me or not, man. We all saw the ESPN ranking for this season, right?
Heard of him, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, um, I have a problem with the first two slots, man. They have AD ranked as the number 2 player in the league, and I think he is ranked too high. Um, I don't think he's proven that he's better than Giannis. He might have a better jumper, some attributes that makes him look better than Giannis, but I just don't think um, he should have been number 2 in the league. And the main thing is he's playing on the team with LeBron James, who's a great leader, and AD's never proven to be successful at the alpha. So I don't see how a number 2 is the second best player in the whole league, man. So I'll start with you, Jay. Do you agree with that or not?
And he's ranked too high?
No, yeah. He's not the second best player.
Got you.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the second best player in the league. I don't. I think he's great. I do. It does go back to what you said, though. I think you have to be able, at number 2 or number 3, you still, to me, have to have your own franchise. Even if you're not beating LeBron, like, you got to be able to carry your own franchise to be in a level where you're playing against LeBron or you're at that level. And if he beats you, he beats you. But I just think Giannis, I feel you. I don't know if Giannis is 2 right now either. I mean, it's hard because
I don't think he's 2, but right. He was ranked above him, and Giannis has been the number 1 team in the East the last 2 years,
Because I answered this way, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll be really quick. If you take AD out and you put Giannis in, it's still the same effect in terms of Giannis plays differently than AD. But if you put Giannis with LeBron and LeBron's able to dominate the ball the way he does, and he's able to put Giannis in spots and manipulate the game, this still circles around LeBron. LeBron manipulates the game when he plays. He puts people in spots, he controls the whole game, and he knows where to put you to have the best chance to win. So if he has better players, he's going to win. You put Giannis with him, it will be the same thing. Giannis doesn't have that ability yet. And I don't know if you ever have that IQ to do that. So that's why I can't put AD up there, though, in short. I can't do it.
How does that Bucks team look with AD instead of Giannis?
I do think that Bucks team this year beats Miami with AD. I think AD is a harder matchup for Miami if you have AD playing against Miami. But I think that's strictly a matchup thing, though. That's strictly matchups to me. I don't think it means that Giannis.
Are they still the number 1 team in the East?
Ooh, I don't know.
The last
Yeah,
what is it? The last 2?
So.
Is it the last 2 years or last 3 years?
I don't think so, but I think Giannis is a better regular season player. He's proven in the regular season he's arguably the best player in the world. It's just in the playoffs when the lane gets
slow
small
down
and they shrink the lane and they make you play half court and they make him shoot. He hasn't figured that out. But in the regular season, when it's run and gun, he's arguably the best player in the world. There's no question.
Go ahead, BG.
Yeah, I'm going to say my statement because it goes right into what Jared said. I think, obviously, rankings, I don't know if we all agree with it, rankings in anything, like high school, college, whatever, it's, especially preseason, it's like, to me, I don't really understand it. But I think to Jared's point, obviously, Giannis being the best player during the regular season for the most part. But I think him losing the way he did this year, I think that's why he took the step back. Then you see, obviously, Anthony Davis. He did a lot. Obviously, you have LeBron James there as well. But I agree with Jared's statement of, the top 2 players have to show that they can lead and be the actual guy. So I agree on that point. But I think that's the main reason he fell back. So if Giannis gets to the Eastern Conference Finals or even the finals, I still think he stays at 2. I think it's obviously either they flip-flop or whatever, but I think just him losing, especially the way he did and kind of went out. Like, and I called him out too. I had them coming out these. He went out terribly. Like, you can't go out like that in the first round like he did. So,
and I don't have a problem with Giannis not being number 2. It was just the fact that Anthony Davis
Yeah.
was he was ahead of a bunch of franchise players. Anthony Davis was a franchise player, but a proven, like, on this team, if he's on this team, your team gonna be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't see how he was ahead of those guys. So go ahead, Craig.
I'm gonna go a different way. I think you can argue he's number 2 just from his sheer versatility. You know what I mean? There's nobody else in the league that has a skill set at his height. I think the biggest thing here that we're not talking about, well, you kind of talked about it, John, is that, and it's something I looked at in the playoffs as well, is that he can dominate a game without having that dog mentality. And I think that when you don't have that mentality, it's a hard sell to say you're one of the best players. You know what I'm saying? Now, he'll have a chance to lead, you know, a franchise, maybe the Lakers, or if he might go somewhere else after LeBron leaves. But, you know, I don't want to take that away from him because I just think he's a great player, man. Like, and then even this year, Vogel said, "Hey, man, I want you to start taking more threes." So I think this year you're really going to see him take off even more than you know, especially with having that championship as well. I think you're going to see a lot more. His game's going to go to another level this year, more than it did last year. You know, so I can argue for that number 2, man. You know, it's hard not to argue with somebody with that skill set, man. I mean, who else was like him? Maybe, you know, Kevin Garnett, maybe. I mean, you know, hey, Vin Baker. I mean, it's hard to have a dude with that kind of range. You know what I mean? Hey, Sharif. Hey, what's my boy name with the Cal?
Abdul Rahim.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
I mean, look, you get them dudes once every 10 years, man. So it's hard to argue that a dude like that is not top 2 with that skill set, with that height. You know,
it's just when we talk about other topics and winning is always brought up. Doing something on a losing team, rather it be you being versatile or not, like, it always comes back to, can you lead a team as the best player consistently? That's what we measure a lot of this stuff on. So it's kind of hard for me to just be like, all right, he's number 2 because he's versatile, which he is. Anthony Davis is great, man. He's great. But to put him ahead of dudes that have proven they can win, like, as the best player on their team, and rather it be regular season or not, they're dudes that are the best players on their team and contenders. Giannis Bucks team wasn't always nice like that. Middleton wasn't always, well, he probably was, but even Giannis, he wasn't always the best player on the team. Like, dudes kind of developed into that, right? And then he was able to learn to win and lead his team consistently to the playoffs. So it's just hard for me, like, when you're not winning, to just kind of jumpstart dudes that proven they can lead a team. So that's just my thing. Go ahead, Pop.
I didn't get a chance to see all of this, but I know who you're talking. Who was number 5?
Your boy, man.
Who?
Was it Luka? Luka was number 5, was it? Who was Luka?
It's
Luka was in the top 5. It might have been Kawhi.
Yeah, it's Kawhi.
It was Kawhi. Luka's 4.
Number 4?
James Harden's 3.
Kawhi's 5. Luka's 4. Giannis 3. Davis 2. They got Curry in there too.
And
KD.
So naturally, LeBron was number 1, right?
Top 5?
Yeah. Well, top 5, no. Top 5.
That was top 10, right?
Top 10, yeah.
Yeah, I know Curry and
LeBron was number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So LeBron, AD, Giannis, Luka, and then Kawhi.
That's crazy, man.
And
He joins the best player in the world.
So hold on.
That's the same thing he been doing in the Pelicans. Now he's the best. He's the second best player in the league.
The thing is, the thing is with him, I know they kind of did it because they won the championship. But when you look, regardless of where even if he's playing in Detroit, his skill set is above.
Don't make you the top 5 in the league if you ain't winning, Pops. Y'all said the same thing, man.
There's really nobody in the league that can match up with him. Nobody. There's nobody that can match up with that dude. A 4, a 5, a 3. When that dude is, there's nobody that can match up with him.
All right, hey Pops. Without LeBron James, what seed are the Lakers?
Without LeBron,
Without LeBron, right now, LeBron doesn't play this season. What seed are the Lakers?
AD has that type of skill set, man.
No. But what seed are they?
Without LeBron, with the same.
Well, LeBron, you better not be reckless either. What seed are they?
So,
The seven seed.
without
Huh?
Kawhi. What seed are the Clippers without Kawhi?
Oh, why do you do this, man? Why do you do this? What seed are the Lakers without LeBron James, man?
I think he said 5 or 6.
Because, listen, I'm gonna tell you why I can't do that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've been watching basketball a long.
He the number 2 player in the world.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I've been watching basketball a long time.
That's crazy, man.
And I could bring up a dude and y'all be like, who? But Bob McAdoo was a cold dude.
Tell
Team
him, Bob.
Story is all get out.
Tell him,
If that
Bob.
top 5 in the league, please. So that's his skill
Oh,
set.
nothing, man. That don't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
His skill set. Who has a better
That don't
skill
mean nothing.
than Anthony Davis?
Don't mean nothing. What seed did you say?
Who has a better skill set than Anthony Davis?
Nobody. But without LeBron James on the team, what seed are they? I'm just asking a question. What seed are they?
He's even with that, he's still a top 5 player.
He is. But what seed are the Lakers without LeBron James?
The problem is because we're going off. No, I'm not going to do that.
Hey, Skip Bayless, answer the question, man.
That's just like me saying, okay, what's
Bro,
the
answer the question, man.
Let's see the Clippers without Kawhi.
Trash.
The Lakers are not trash with Anthony Davis.
Paul George is not the second best player in the world right now. We're not
He's not even
arguing
top
for him
10.
to be the second best player in the world.
But with his skill set, man.
Oh,
So-
I heard you. I heard that part. What seed are they without LeBron James?
Where's Kevin Durant on this list? Is he
All
going
right, man. That's
Six.
all right.
to?
Hold on, man. Hold on. BG, what seed do you have the Lakers without LeBron James?
This past year, or in
This
general?
year, AD coming off being the second best player in the world right now. Without LeBron James, what seed are the Lakers?
4 or 5. I think
4
they're
or
in the
5.
middle.
Craig, who you got? Craig.
I said 7, 8.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, what you
shoot.
got?
They're like 6 or 7.
That's right.
Yeah, they're like 6. We talking about what the Lakers team they got right now? Them dudes like 42 and 40 right now.
What?
Listen. 40, Craig, 45 and 37.
Oh man.
I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all wrong. Let me tell you.
Oh man. You kidding me, man?
I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all wrong. When Kawhi won that championship in Toronto, everybody having the best player in the world. Everybody.
Yep.
Now he lost.
Wait, they had him number 1?
John, you was the main one.
Yep.
Yeah, John, you was, John. Yeah, you
So,
John,
okay.
you was.
Time out. Before you go on, wait. Before you go on, we're talking about Kawhi Leonard, right?
Best player in the world in the game.
Yeah, a team, a dude that went to another team as the best player and led his team to a championship, right?
I'm just saying.
No. I'm clarifying. So he was the best player on his team and he led them to the championship, right?
Okay.
First in the country.
Okay, so that's the difference between AD. AD ain't never been past the 8th seed. When he was the best player on his team, 8th seed. And he won 1 year because he hit a bank shot against OKC, double clutch at the top of the key. That was the only reason they were
He
that
was-
8th seed.
yeah,
But what other kind of personnel did they have on the team, though, man?
Come on.
You said
man.
what?
What other personnel did they have on the team? Because you know
Yeah,
you gotta
Ray John Rondo.
Hey, he was the best. He was the best
He was-
player with the Lakers this
And
year.
Drew
Right? One of the
Holiday.
best players.
They knocked off. Wait, don't do that. Without Ray John Rondo and Drew Holiday, they lose to the
To
Portland.
To Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portland.
Come on, man. That's crazy, man.
No, I'm-
We were just
Best-
loving Rondo this past year.
Second best player without the first best player of the world. I got them about 6. They
Jared's so disrespectful. He said
Yeah,
42
but
and 40.
that's what I'm saying. Though. But
Are you kidding me?
Nah, but that's what I'm,
42 and 40?
All right, wait. Let me
No,
flip
no,
it for you,
man.
Craig. Let me flip it for you.
That was
No,
so
no,
Flip it for you, Craig.
disrespectful.
no.
Okay, let me
Pop's
flip it
already
for you.
flipped it though. Pop's already flipped it because anybody who loses one of their two best players is going to fall that
Stop
far.
Stop
No, so what's going?
Stop
So what season Golden State gonna be this year?
Without AD,
What season Golden
without
State gonna
AD,
be this year without
without
Clay?
AD, LeBron is still 3-4 seed in the West.
Okay, so what's your point, man?
Yeah.
So my point is,
Laker
the
hate.
first best player in the world, right? The leader, the franchise leader, the best player on the team, he can lead his team. Now you take away LeBron James and you put AD on that team as the best player, and Jay was being nice. I don't even know. They fighting for playoffs, bro.
Oh.
Yeah,
They fighting for playoffs.
But you know what?
As versatile and skilled and unguardable as he is, he's a bucket. I ain't gonna say that's it.
Let me tell you where your argument's going.
That's
Let me tell you where your argument's going right now, though.
they're not making the playoffs.
Let me tell you where your argument's going, though. You know how many great NBA players or good leaders that don't even have a championship right now? Seriously, though, man.
This has nothing to nothing to do without. This has nothing to do about him being a leader.
No, I'm just saying. No, you saying a player that can lead their team to the playoffs
as the best player.
Or
The best player. So I mean, the best player on the team get his team to the playoffs. It doesn't have to be a vocal speech. I'm saying you're the best player on your team, and you're leading your team to the playoffs. I'm not saying giving out speeches and keeping the locker room. I'm saying you're the best player on the team, and you're leading your team to the playoffs.
No, you know what you're doing. You create your own criteria of what the best players should be based on mentality.
You know.
Because
Right.
I'm
Dude, man.
So in other words, we're going to argue about Anthony
Oh man.
Davis. Argue about Anthony Davis being the second best player in the league this year. But so we're going to go ahead and clarify and say LeBron is the best now.
Has to be. He just came off a ship.
Yeah.
You just said Kawhi. Kawhi did that.
So LeBron, that's the only reason why LeBron's number one, because he just won a chip.
And what he did, I mean, his performance. Like,
Are you? What are we talking about right now?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey, agree to disagree, audience. I'm giving LeBron credit. I'm giving LeBron credit here. He is the best player in the world right now.
Now LeBron,
clarifying that.
We gonna let LeBron be number one because he's champion. No, y'all stop that. Y'all always on LeBron. No.
So when we give him credit, we wrong.
And we're wrong.
And when we're bagging on them, we're wrong. What's going on, man? Hey,
If AD is not number two, what number is AD then? What number is he?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What number is AD?
5.
What?
5 or 6.
Oh, here we go.
5 or 6, man.
I don't have a problem with him being up there.
And honestly, I would have took him third or fourth. But the second best player with 4 playoff wins for a career, that's the best player.
Oh man, you
Come
can't.
on, man.
Wait. Okay,
I don't care how versatile he is,
So,
man.
Pops, who do you have as the best player? Then,
If
if
he's
it's
the
not
best
LeBron?
player on the team, man, I don't know.
Okay, so
Pops, who's your best player right now? If it's not LeBron,
You gonna say LeBron? You gonna say LeBron?
But I got to be AD, man.
the best number one.
Yeah. Why not? When you look, that's just like that's always my argument when it comes to Kareem. Why is
Hey,
Kareem?
crickets. Hey, now we compare him to Kareem.
I'm not comparing. Kareem the one that said the Lakers ought to get him, so I agree. Kareem said that years ago.
He was tired of losing.
Yeah.
Everybody would say to go get him.
Hey man, we I think there's a lot of Laker hating going on.
Oh, now it's Laker hate.
here's the question though.
That's
So do the
crazy,
Lakers
man.
win the chip without AD? That's the question. Do they win the chip without AD?
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
then there's some value right there, then, right?
There was never like that doesn't prove anything.
How good
Do
is
they win without AD? Like what? What does that mean?
how good is Golden State gonna be without Clay?
No, what did you say?
No, good.
Yeah, that's what I just
What does
said.
that mean?
Man, this is they really tripping tonight.
LeBron couldn't have won the championship without AD, so he's the second best. He's the second best player in the world.
Jerry, you go back me up here, man.
Knock it
You
off
go,
there.
Well, you
go
always
back
say
me up, Jerry.
Jay don't. Jay don't want to. Jay don't want to upset his fellow Laker lovers, man. Jay already spoke. He said 7 8 seed fighting for night.
40.
And they
Listen, with AD as their best player, they're 43 and 39. Dead serious.
Thank you.
But look. Number
But
two
he's the
is
second best player in the world, Jay.
number two is a stretch. I just think number two is
Thank
a
you.
stretch. That's a stretch.
That's all I was saying.
But because I feel like they're doing that based on result. And yeah, they won the championship, but that's the media though, because Kawhi was the best player in the world last year. Kawhi was the best player, and LeBron was trash last year.
Yeah, he was the best player because he
And
won.
now LeBron's the best player and Kawhi's trash.
Right. That's media narrative.
No, but think about it, though. But that argument's so bad though. Just like as great as the Lakers were in the '80s, right? If you take off Magic Johnson, they ain't doing what they did, even with Kareem and Worthy.
42 and 42.
It's like you can't do that. And say,
Kareem was 77. So what are we talking about right now,
nah,
man?
man, come on, man.
And he wasn't listed as the second best player in the world.
Don't knock.
Stop doing that, man.
The Kareem is number one on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore, homeboy.
On Mount Rushmore, Craig, but not the season when it's his 18th season in the league.
Well, what I'm saying is,
Kareem, he wasn't the number two player.
That's what I'm saying is, man, even if as great as Kareem is or was, even with Magic gone, he still couldn't have led the Lakers to a championship. So it's like you got to respect other players' skill set, man. I mean, I don't understand why that's so hard to understand.
So Kareem, without Magic Johnson, would have led the Lakers to the championship.
No, I'm saying he would not have as great as he is because different players have different skill sets.
No, because players are it's called father time, man. How old was he when he got to the Lakers? That's not a good comparison, is what I'm saying.
I feel like this. He was old when he got.
He is in his prime, Craig.
He was still winning MVPs when he got.
That's what I'm saying. It with an unguardable shot. I don't care how old you are.
Y'all, look, man.
No, man, you missing my point, man.
No, you're reaching. You're reaching.
I'm not reaching. I'm setting. I'm giving you a good example.
All right, man. Hey, so look, man. I feel like I'm being attacked, and
what?
I feel like y'all making me out to make this personal. This was a real problem that I had, him being with number two. I had two other people that was like, well, I don't know either. So y'all can say it's Laker hate or whatever. The people in the comments, man. We'll let the people in the comments decide. We'll let the people in the comments decide.
Who's number two then? Who's your number two?
Number two? It's Giannis. Gotta be honest.
And yeah,
that's
not a bad number two.
Gotta be honest.
But if you
it's crazy how the back-to-back MVP is it number two in the league or number one?
They have him ranked right now. He's gonna get the third one this year.
Nah, man, we got our own criteria.
He number three in the league, man. I'm gonna wrap this up, man, because that. Hey, look, if you're in the comments, man, let me know. AD, second best player in the world. Let me know in the comments, man.
James Harden's number three, right?
Look, man. My point was AD's not number two. Not number two. You guys reach for. It's all right. It's okay.
Because we doing that Laker bashing.
How is this Laker bashing? Your fellow Laker agreed. He agreed with me, man.
I understand, but LeBron being number one, AD being number two. Okay, let's do it. Let's just go say.
Let's not.
ESPN rewarded them for winning the championship. But are they? Them two dudes had everybody in the league changing their team. Everybody. Them two dudes got everybody in the league changing their team. Because everybody in the league know how good AD is. That's why they knew, man, you put AD with LeBron, it's over. Everybody knew that. That's why it became It used to be the big three. Now it became let's get the big two.
So here you making me go longer. So for sure. So if AD's not on the Lakers, right? He's still the second best player in the league, Pop? Or is he only the second best player because they're coming off a win? Which one is it?
AD is one dude that's unguardable, man. He's
So is he the second best player without being on the Lakers?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so.
So you swap KD and put KD and LeBron on the same team.
What?
No. This is a point. This is a point. KD versatile. No one can guard him. He just comes off a championship with LeBron James. They win it. Is he the number 2 player, or is AD still the number 2 player?
Was it his team? Or did he piggyback off of having two of the best shooters in the league?
I'm out, man.
The job was kind of easy.
I'm out. All right.
So we were winning when you got here, bro.
Audience, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is why I don't do Laker topics. A lot of emotions get involved, and it's just they take it personal. I'm just stating my point, man. But that was fun, man. It's all for debate, man. That's my guy. We'll probably argue about it.
Oh yeah.
We're definitely gonna
You
argue
know how
about
many
it.
times I get a text when they trade together, Jay? Man, Pops was tripping today. Or I see Pops, you get your boy John, man. Better get your boy John.
The only thing me and John agree about is Ty Lue.
That's it. That's it. So, yeah,
Ty Lue.
we're gonna wrap this up, man. Thanks for watching. In the comments, let us know what you think.
Yes, sir.
AD ranked too high. What is Ty Lue talking about? Kuz and did Kuz is Kuz living up to his hype, man? Let us know down below. And like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is Agree to Disagree. I'm my boy Jay Lloyd,
Yes, sir.
Greg Williams, BG, Pops, and I'm John, man. Until next time, we out.